Hello again, everyone. I'm Richard Weil, and I'm the principal and owner of National Restaurant Consultants. And we welcome you in again to our 75th NRC Helpful Moment. And thanks for being with us. We just have really enjoyed doing these videos. It's hard to believe it's 75 of them.
Yeah.
Welcoming in, again, of course, Mr. Brian Devine, President of Top Line Management, CafeFuel. Brian, can you believe it's 75?
I can't believe it's been that long. That's just crazy.
And today our special guest is a person that I've known quite many years, is the chef, owner, and proprietor of Centennial Catering in Denver, Colorado, Mr. Tim Long, who is an expert really in food service as well as many other things along the food service and hospitality line. Tim, welcome to NRC's 75th Helpful Moment. We're glad to have you.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thanks, Richard. Nice to meet you, Brian.
Nice to have you. So, Tim, this is kind of an interesting topic. We've had lots of interesting ones over the past few months, but Tim and his company have been doing catering at the football stadium in Denver for the Broncos for many years, and has been a contract caterer. And I thought it would be fun to kind of share a little bit about the roller coaster that's going on with the football stadium as far as what he sees, what he hears, and what he's preparing for, good, bad, or indifferent. So, Tim, share a little bit about your history. You've been doing this a long time with the Stadium Club, and talk a little bit about some of the nuances that are going on right now as we may get prepared to do football season.
Yeah, I've been catering with Mile High Stadium Club. That's located here in Denver. And I've been doing it close to 25 years, coming up on 25, I think, next year. So getting around to it. And before that, I've worked for a number of different restaurants and hotels through Denver. I've been in the restaurant hospitality for over 40 years. And this year is by far the craziest year of them all. Or maybe all of them put together wouldn't even equal this year. So, yeah. And as Richard said, it is a roller coaster. Right now, we're just hearing a lot of different rumors. We haven't heard anything except that we should be ready to go by the middle of August. And we will be ready to go by the middle of August. And hopefully we just proceed as normal. I don't know if that'll actually happen. We hear rumors every day about changes to schedules. Will the schedule start on time? Will they get rid of one preseason game? Will they get rid of all the preseason games? Will they actually back up the schedule until maybe the 15th of October? I've heard floated a couple of times. Or there's only, and then they would play, I believe, 16 or 14 games straight through February, straight into the playoffs, and then end by the end of February. So we've heard a lot of different things, and it's hard to prepare for all of them, but that's what we're trying to do.
As you all prepare, what are some of the things that you and your team are thinking in terms of, I guess, the food safety? I mean, you always adhere to all the health standards, of course, the health department inspecting, et cetera. What are some of the things that you think that may be a little bit different or extra different that you guys will be thinking about as we approach August or September?
Well, right off the get-go will be with our employees that we also will be taking their temperatures and asking them a few quick questions when they show up for their shifts. Anybody that has any signs or symptoms, we'll ask them to stay at home. We will also be paying for those shifts, which we usually did not do before, but at this point, we will be paying sick time for any employee that cannot make it. So there's no incentive for a sick employee to come to work. And we don't want that. We want them to stay home, get better, and do what's right for them and what's right for our customers. Another thing we're thinking about is how we usually run large buffets. They have salad buffet, salad bar. They have 14 shapers on the line. We have a couple of carving stations and an array of desserts. That will probably be changed up quite a bit. Buffets right now are not allowed in Colorado. What we foresee happening is we'll probably do some sort of cafeteria style where we help serve the guests and help them expedite them through the line a little bit, and make sure that that's a nice, sanitary, clean process. We have already bought a lot of gloves, masks, and hand sanitizer. We're fully stocked on those products. We'll also be asking guests to sanitize their hands when they enter the service line and also when leaving the service line. We'll also be changing the utensils. We're going to implement a bell system. So every 30 minutes, we'll ring a bell, we'll stop, we'll pause for 5 minutes, and then we'll change all the utensils out. Silverware, we are a fine dining, white tablecloth environment. We will be doing our silverware a little different. We're going to just be doing silver rolls where we'll have staff that are gloved up, rolling the silverware in napkins that are only used one time and placed on the tables. We'll be removing all the sugar caddies, everything that's on the table. Just to make it a little easier for everybody and a little more sanitary. We will be making sure that all our customers are at least 6 feet, if not 8 feet. The tables will be spaced out far apart. Our room is fire coded to 600. Currently, the most that we're allowed to put in that room will be 50. So perhaps we'll run shifts of diners, 50 an hour, something of that nature. That we haven't quite worked out. We are getting rid of all payment systems, any kind of touch payment system. It's all going to be touchless pay. No more cash will be utilized. What else?
That's a pretty good flip. That's a good amount of flip. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think more than anything else, what we really wanted to get across to our followers here at the NRC Helpful Moment is all the things that need to be done in a restaurant, in a catering environment where we're feeding 400 people in about an hour. And that's about what happens, right, Tim, is about an hour. You got to think differently, and you got to think out of the box. And that's really what's happening. And Tim's been doing this for, as he said, 25 years with inside the stadium at the Broncos, but he's a food service professional, and he's like all other food service people out there. We're thinking what we can do to make this work versus what, oh my gosh, we can't make it work. And Tim, I can't thank you enough for sharing that, because it's what you can do to make it work, right?
It is. There's a lot of what I've seen around town and from my colleagues and cohorts is they're very inventive, and when faced with difficulties, they seem to be working around it, figuring it out.
Right.
A lot of restaurants here in Colorado are opening outside dining. They're going out of the parking lots. They're closing streets. Things like that. It's amazing.
Yep.
It's truly amazing.
So, Brian, can we flip over to you for a minute, and you might want to either ask Tim a question or add on? I know Brian has a touchless payments program. Tim, we might want to have you get in contact with Brian at some point. He has that contactless, touchless system, but we're not here to try to sell anything, but we do want Brian to maybe flip a little bit add on to what Tim said.
Yeah, Tim, thanks again for all your time today. I'm just going to add, at risk of sounding like a broken record, communicate all of those changes with as many people as possible in every avenue that you can think of. Making people feel comfortable and really understanding what it is that you're doing to make them safe is the key to pretty much all marketing right now. So just make sure you do that, and it can be done in every format with images, text, video. Put it everywhere that you can where someone might find it. Push it out to people via email, text, every way that you can. Social media obviously is always good. And that's pretty much it. But I just, thanks, Tim, for all of your time. And yeah, let's make sure we communicate all that great stuff.
And I think what we'll do with this video, Tim, we'll probably pass this along to the Stadium Club board and maybe use this as a way to communicate to the members. So again, National Restaurant Consultants, in conjunction with Tim Long and Centennial Catering, we're using the power of video to communicate to the guests of all the proper things that Tim and his team will be doing to make sure they take care of those Bronco maniacs and Broncos country, but it's not just going to be in Denver. It's going to be across the country. So Tim Long, can't thank you enough. Brian Devine, as always. So for everybody, NRC Helpful Moment, so long for now. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.